Hi, I'm Aaron Lee, founder of Illuma Agency from South Florida. And my message for the world is take enough time to make sure you love yourself first.
Awesome. TikTok, let's talk. This is the Miten Shah Show. We've asked the same 7 questions to entrepreneurs from all over the world to figure out what makes us tick. TikTok, let's talk. Cool. Aaron, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. Aaron, if you had to describe what your business does to a 7-year-old child, how would you do it?
So we help companies tell stories to people that they need to hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. And now to an adult, what would you say?
So we do digital marketing for franchise brands. So we
Okay.
help those franchisees market themselves to their customers.
No, digital, start again from the adult. So how would you say that to an adult?
So we do digital marketing for franchise brands. We help their franchisees market their businesses locally.
Okay, sweet. What got you started?
So I was a creative guy my whole career, and started my business 18 years ago after the internet blew up in 2000, and just was more of a creative person than an entrepreneur, and I learned over a number of years that I was actually more of an entrepreneur than a creative person.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, so
it's a nice interplay between the creativity and
yes,
entrepreneurship.
yeah. Well, I've learned there's a lot of creativity in what I still get to do in terms of solving problems without actually running Photoshop to do it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Sweet. You mentioned the internet blew up in 2000, but after then, what's keeping you up at night and what makes you jump out of bed in the morning?
I think what keeps me up at night is I now know that my job is to be a great leader.
Right.
And to help my leaders become great leaders. And learning, you have to learn how to be a leader before you can teach someone how to be a leader. And so I think that's my current journey. What keeps me up at night is how can I be a better leader for my team so that they can help, everybody in the company be better.
Sweet. And what makes you jump out of bed in the morning?
Living my purpose.
Okay.
So knowing that, so my purpose is I harness love and creativity to transform the future. So when I get an opportunity in my day to live that and be that, that's what really gets me excited.
Yeah, transforming the future. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. What do you know now that you wish you knew when you started this journey?
That I'm not great at every job.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm only great at a really select amount of jobs, and I'm really good at a lot of jobs. But being good at a lot of jobs doesn't have you do great things.
Yeah. Now, there's a very nice quote I read recently. The biggest enemy of great is good enough.
Yes. Yeah. I saw Frances Fry, the Harvard Business School professor, at EO Nerve in Boston, and she said you have to be willing to suck at something to be at the service of being great for something else.
Yeah.
And it really stuck with me, and I realized I want to do too many things that I'm only good at.
Yeah. So talking about sucking at some things, what are some of the things that you sucked at, made mistakes, and you can share with others to learn from?
Yeah. One of the things I'd like to say is I fired myself from hiring people because I really sucked at hiring people. I think like a lot of entrepreneurs, we like to sell things and promote what we're excited about. And I noticed in most of the interviews, I was always selling the company versus having them sell me on why they wanted to work for me. And I just made a lot of bad hires until the point where I realized my COO does a much better job. And when I just turned over typically now I meet, unless it's a key management type role, I usually meet people that start for my company the day they start. I'm not even allowed to be part of the process unless they ask me to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is great. It's working much better.
What are some of the instances that you're really proud, happy, content, satisfied with?
With the business or just
both?
Yeah. I would say, so we've been in business for 18 years. About 3 or 4 years ago, we almost fundamentally started to shift the company and pivot in a big way to build a company that was scalable, as opposed to something that was just intellectually interesting to me. And we've turned that corner, been on the Inc. 5000 list for 3 years. But the thing that I'm really proud of is that we have also been recognized as the best place to work. And so I think marrying the really, really rapid growth with still maintaining a culture and having the culture really be one of the reasons why we're growing that's really meaningful to me. Is that we didn't sacrifice culture and core values in order to grow.
Oh yeah, sweet. Yeah, and the Inc. 100 list.
Yeah,
that's quite something.
Yeah, it's been it's like I said, and I think our focus, and not trying to be good at a lot of things, and just be great at a very select few, and understand that, and make sure everybody understands that, is what's got us there.
Mm-hmm.
But then keeping us there has been more about the culture, right? Keeping up that momentum has really been about getting everybody on board and rowing in the same direction, and liking to be around each other while they're dealing with a lot of stress, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The Tim Ferriss question: if you had a billboard and you could put on any message you want, what would that message be?
So like I said, my purpose in life is to harness love and creativity in order to transform the future. And I think that people don't value the concept of love, and mostly you have to love yourself first before you have a wealth of love to give away. And I think so I would say, take the time to love yourself.
Okay, sweet. Important.
Yeah.
What are some of the instances where EO has made a difference in your personal, family, business, or community life?
We don't have enough time to answer that question. I like to say that EO has been a transformational journey for me, and mostly it's touched all of those areas of my life. The best story I can tell you is my daughter went through a difficult high school journey. And
that we all have.
And anxiety and concussions, and just really struggled. Basically lost almost like 6 months of academic time.
Wow.
And finished strong.
Right.
Finished higher than a 4.0 GPA and academic honors and all these things, and really thriving. Mm-hmm. And when I asked her, what motivated you to to perform and kind of come back and fight the fight, she said, I just watched you and the way that you lead and run your business, and I never realized how much she was paying attention, and so all the business accomplishments aside and everything else, like to have that, know you had that kind of impact on your daughter and your children, that's
a lead by example, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could have given her all the pep talks.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
She likes to say, I now speak from experience. I don't give my friends advice anymore. And
wow.
It's like, 'cause that's what you do, right? I'm like, wow, yeah. Like, it's EO is sort of like a slow drip.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that it becomes a river, over time. And it was like that. It was like she's been paying attention to those little drips along the way. And I didn't see what it had turned into until she kind of reflected it back to me. That was really cool.
Awesome. From little drips and drops to little bricks that together can make a car, off-road vehicle. So thanks a lot, Aaron.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks. And to the next stage of the Lego.
Yeah.